Have you ever felt like the whole world is pressing down on your chest, leaving you gasping for air? Like you're running in quicksand, every step pulling you deeper no matter how hard you fight? You tell yourself to keep going, but there's a part of you, hidden and quiet, that wonders how much longer you can endure. It's not just the big struggles that weigh you down, is it? It's the small ones too. The everyday disappointments that pile up like bricks, building a wall between you and the life you once dreamed of. The moments when you compare your life to others and feel like you're falling short. The nights when the silence of your own thoughts is deafening, and all you can do is stare into the darkness asking, why me? You've been fighting battles no one else sees, carrying burdens you've never spoken about, smiling through the pain because that's what's expected of you. Maybe it's the pressure to succeed when you feel like you're failing. Maybe it's the fear of losing something or someone you hold dear. Or maybe it's the weight of simply trying to make it through another day when the world feels like it's moving on without you. But here's the thing, you're still here. Do you realize how powerful that is? Even on the days when the tears fall freely, even when doubt whispers that you're not enough, you've shown up. You've carried your broken pieces through storms that would have shattered someone else. You've stumbled, yes, but you've never stopped moving forward. There's something extraordinary about you, even if you can't see it right now. The struggles you're facing aren't here to destroy you. They're here to awaken a strength within you that you never knew you had. Because strength isn't born in comfort, it's forged in fire. It's in the moments when you want to give up but don't. It's in the decision to get up one more time, even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. Life doesn't always give us answers when we want them, but it does offer us opportunities. And this moment? This is yours. It's not a coincidence you're here, reading these words. Something greater has led you here to remind you that your story isn't over. You may not see the light at the end of the tunnel yet, but it's there. Every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to it. Every tear, every prayer, every moment you've held on when you wanted to let go, it all matters. You're not defined by your struggles. You're defined by the courage you show in facing them. So, take a breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. That breath is a reminder that you're alive, that your story is still being written, and that no matter how heavy life feels right now, you have the power to rise above it. The weight you're carrying isn't permanent. It's preparing you for something greater. Keep going. You are not broken. You are becoming. There comes a moment in every life that carries more weight than all the others. A moment so powerful that it can change the course of everything, if you're willing to embrace it. What if I told you that moment isn't somewhere in the distant future or a memory of the past? It's not a day you're waiting for or a chapter you've already closed. It's right here, right now. This moment, the one you're living in right now, holds the power to transform everything. Not tomorrow, not next week, this moment. But how often do we truly pause to see the significance of now? We get so caught up in the rush of life, the pull of the past, and the worries of the future, that we forget the present is the only thing we can hold in our hands. Ask yourself, are you truly living the life you were meant to live? Are you chasing your purpose? Or are you caught in the current, drifting wherever life takes you? Have you been waiting for the right time to take that leap, to pursue that dream, to become the person you've always known you could be? Here's the truth. The right time will never come. There will always be doubts, distractions, and reasons to wait. But divine timing is not about convenience. It's about recognizing the opportunity in front of you and having the courage to seize it. Right now, as you're reading these words, you've been given a choice: to keep walking the same path you've been on, or to step into the unknown and trust that this moment was meant for you. Don't underestimate the power of now. Think about it. Every major breakthrough, every extraordinary transformation in history began with someone who decided that now was the time to act. Not when they felt fully ready, not when they had all the answers, but in the middle of their uncertainty, their fear, their doubt. And so, the question isn't whether you're ready, it's whether you're willing. Willing to let go of the excuses that have been holding you back. Willing to silence the voice that says, "Not yet." Willing to trust that you were placed here for a purpose greater than you can imagine. This moment is sacred. It's not random or accidental. You are here for a reason, and deep down, you know it. The whispers of doubt you've carried are no match for the voice of truth inside you, the one that's urging you to rise. So, pause. Take a deep breath. Let the weight of the past fall away. Let the worry about the future dissolve. Right now, all you have is this moment. What will you do with it? This isn't just another passing second on the clock. It's an invitation, a chance to choose courage over fear, purpose over complacency, faith over hesitation. Everything you need is already within you. The strength, the passion, the clarity. It's been there all along, waiting for you to recognize it, waiting for you to step into the life you were always meant to live. Don't let this moment slip away, because the power to change everything isn't in tomorrow or yesterday. It's in the decision you make right now. The question is, are you ready to claim it? No one escapes the struggles of life. They come like waves, sometimes small and manageable, other times crashing over you with a force that leaves you gasping for air. Yet what if these struggles weren't meant to break you, but to shape you into something greater than you ever thought possible? The truth is, every challenge, every setback, every moment of pain is part of a larger plan. One that's refining you, strengthening you, and preparing you for something extraordinary. It may not feel like it when you're in the thick of it, but those struggles you face are not obstacles in your path. They are the path. Think about it. What would a diamond be without pressure? What would steel be without fire? What would you be without the struggles that have shaped you? The difficulties you've endured aren't signs of weakness. They're proof of your resilience. They've taught you lessons no comfort ever could. It's easy to feel small when the weight of the world presses down on you. To believe you're not strong enough, brave enough, or capable enough to overcome what's in front of you. But let me tell you this, you're far stronger than you realize. Every time you've faced the storm and kept going, you've proven it. Every tear you've wiped away, every moment you've stood back up after falling, is evidence of the strength inside you. Resilience isn't born in ease, it's forged in hardship. It's the quiet determination to keep moving forward, even when the road is steep and the way is unclear. And here's the beautiful thing. Every struggle you face builds that resilience within you. It shapes you into the person you're meant to become. Someone who can stand tall in the face of adversity. Someone who inspires others with their courage. Someone who refuses to give up. You may not see it now, but the struggles you're facing are gifts in disguise. They are the fires that burn away what no longer serves you and reveal the strength and beauty within. They're making you wiser, more compassionate, and more connected to your purpose. Think about the heroes you admire. Not one of them became extraordinary by living an easy life. They were tested. They were stretched. They faced challenges that seemed impossible to overcome. Yet, it was those very challenges that made them who they were. And just like them, your struggles are shaping you into someone incredible. So instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of running from the pain, lean into it. Let it shape you, refine you, and transform you. Because on the other side of struggle is growth. On the other side of pain is purpose. Remember, the most beautiful stories are born from the deepest struggles. The caterpillar endures darkness in the cocoon before it becomes a butterfly. The seed is buried in the earth before it blooms into something breathtaking. And you? You're in the process of becoming something extraordinary. This struggle is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. One where you rise stronger, braver, and more capable than you ever imagined. Embrace it, trust it, and know that every challenge you face is shaping you into the person you're destined to be. In every generation, there are heroes who rise above fear and defy the odds, their stories etched into history as testaments to the power of courage and faith. These stories are not just tales of victory, they are reminders of what is possible when we choose to act in the face of fear, when we trust in something greater, and when we refuse to let challenges define us. Consider David, a young shepherd with no armor and no army, standing before Goliath, a giant who towered over him. The odds were impossible. The crowd whispered their doubts, and even his own people didn't believe he could succeed. But David didn't focus on the giant's size. He focused on the power of faith within him. Armed with nothing but a sling, a few stones, and unshakable belief, he defeated the giant with a single, well-aimed shot. His victory wasn't about strength, it was about courage. Then there's Moses, leading an entire nation out of bondage. With Pharaoh's chariots thundering behind and the impassable Red Sea in front, it seemed like an impossible situation. The people doubted, fear spread like wildfire, and Moses himself must have felt the weight of an entire nation on his shoulders. Yet, in that moment of uncertainty, Moses lifted his staff and trusted in a power greater than his own. The sea parted, and a path to freedom appeared where none had existed before. Even Jesus, in his most human moment, knelt in the Garden of Gethsemane, overwhelmed with anguish. He knew the suffering that lay ahead, the betrayal, the cross, the weight of the world's sins. Yet, in the midst of that unimaginable pressure, he chose purpose over pain. "Not my will, but yours be done," he prayed, surrendering completely to the divine plan, even though it meant walking a path of immense sacrifice. These stories resonate because they are about more than triumph. They are about courage in the face of fear. None of these heroes were without doubt, pain, or struggle. David's knees must have trembled as he stepped onto that battlefield. Moses likely felt the pull of doubt as he stretched out his staff over the waters. And Jesus, knowing the road ahead, prayed with such intensity that his sweat fell like drops of blood. Yet, in the midst of their fear, they chose to act. They chose courage over comfort, faith over fear, and purpose over hesitation. What about you? What giants are you facing in your life? What seas feel impossible to cross? What burdens feel too heavy to bear? These stories remind us that we don't need to have all the answers, all the strength, or all the resources. We just need the courage to take the first step, the faith to believe that a way will be made, and the willingness to surrender to a purpose greater than our own. Your story, like theirs, is still unfolding. You may feel small, unprepared, or overwhelmed by the challenges before you. But remember, it's not the size of the challenge that defines the outcome. It's the size of your courage. Every hero was once where you are now, standing at the edge of the unknown, unsure of how they could possibly succeed. The difference is, they didn't let fear stop them. They stepped forward, trusting that the way would be made clear, and they discovered that the power to overcome was within them all along. The same is true for you. Your challenges are not too big, your fears are not too great, and your obstacles are not insurmountable. Like David, Moses, and Jesus, you have the power to face whatever lies before you. All it takes is a single courageous step forward. The world needs more heroes, more people who refuse to let fear dictate their story, who dare to believe in the impossible, and who inspire others by their courage. And you? You were made for this. You have everything you need to rise up, just as they did. Your story isn't over. Your moment of courage is waiting. Will you answer the call? The time has come to shift the focus from stories of the past to the story you are writing right now. This is your turn to rise, your moment to step into the purpose you were born for. The heroes who inspire you, David, Moses, Jesus, they've walked their paths, faced their trials, and fulfilled their destinies. Now it's your turn. What giants stand in your way? Are they whispers of self-doubt, obstacles that seem insurmountable, or fears that paralyze you from taking the next step? Giants don't always look like Goliath. They can take the form of challenges in your career, relationships, health, or inner battles no one else can see. But no matter what form they take, giants fall when faced with faith, courage, and action. Will you stand up like David, even when the odds seem impossible? Will you dare to believe that the tools you already have, the experiences, the skills, the heart, are enough to overcome what lies ahead? Will you step forward with the unwavering belief that the power within you is far greater than any challenge before you? Or perhaps your journey feels more like Moses at the edge of the Red Sea. The past feels like it's chasing you, and the future looks like a dead end. Do you have the faith to lift your staff, to take the leap of trust and see the impossible become possible? What if your greatest miracle is waiting on the other side of your greatest fear? And then there's purpose, the call that stirs in your soul, but feels overwhelming, even intimidating. Like Jesus in Gethsemane, you might feel the weight of what's ahead. But can you embrace your purpose with a heart that says, "Not my will, but yours be done"? Can you trust that every challenge along the way will shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the impact you are meant to make? This is your story, and it's far from over. In fact, it's only just beginning. Every struggle you've faced, every tear you've cried, every triumph you've celebrated, they've all been leading to this moment. Your trials have been the preparation. Your pain has been the refining fire. And now, you stand at a crossroads. The question is, what will you choose? Will you let fear hold you back, or will you step forward into the unknown, trusting that the path will reveal itself? Will you allow doubt to whisper that you're not ready, or will you silence those lies with the truth that you were born for this? The heroes you admire didn't have perfect plans. They didn't have all the answers. They had faith, courage, and the willingness to act. They stepped forward even when the path was unclear, even when fear tried to hold them back, and even when the world doubted them. Now it's your turn. It's time to rise. It's time to pick up your courage, your faith, and your purpose, and take the next step. The world is waiting for your story of victory, for the unique light only you can bring. Your giants may seem big, your Red Sea may look uncrossable, and your purpose may feel heavy, but you are more than capable. Within you is the strength to stand, the faith to leap, and the power to embrace your calling. Your story isn't defined by your past or limited by your fears. It's defined by what you choose to do in this moment. And this moment, it's your turn to rise. Imagine waking up tomorrow, not burdened by the weight of yesterday's struggles, but with a heart full of purpose and joy. Picture yourself stepping into your day, knowing you are living in alignment with your true calling. No longer held captive by doubt, fear, or uncertainty, you walk with confidence and clarity, fully embracing the incredible life that lies before you. Can you see it? A life where joy is not a fleeting moment, but a constant companion. Where each day is filled with meaning and fulfillment, and every action you take is a reflection of the powerful, purposeful life you've chosen to create. The weight of worry no longer controls you, and the shadow of past mistakes no longer looms over your future. Instead, you are free. Free to dream, free to grow, and free to live without limits. In this vision, there is abundance, not just in the material sense, but in all areas of life. Abundance of love, of peace, of opportunities, of growth. You are living a life where each relationship is nourished, each challenge is an opportunity for growth, and every step forward is a victory. There is no more waiting for permission, no more feeling like you are not enough, no more wondering if this life of purpose and fulfillment is for you. It's here, it's now, and it's yours for the taking. But here's the key. This vision isn't just a dream, it's a choice. A choice to let go of what no longer serves you. A choice to step away from fear and into faith. A choice to believe that you are worthy of the life you envision, and that your purpose is far greater than any obstacle you may face. You have the power to claim this future. Right now, in this moment, the life you've always dreamed of is within your reach. You don't have to wait for a sign, for the perfect time, or for the stars to align. The time is now. The door is open, and all that's left for you to do is walk through it. Imagine the freedom of overcoming your burdens, the weight of regret, shame, and fear. Imagine standing on the other side of your struggles, looking back and realizing that every challenge, every setback, every painful moment was a stepping stone to the incredible life you are now living. Imagine no longer being defined by what happened to you, but by what you have chosen to become. This vision is not reserved for a select few. It is not just for those who seem to have it all together. It is for you. The freedom, the joy, the abundance. It is all possible because within you is the power to create the life you want. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your future. And the future you can create is far more beautiful than you ever imagined. But it starts with a choice. It starts with you choosing to believe that you are worthy of this future. It starts with you deciding that you are done holding yourself back, done waiting for someone else to make your dreams come true. You are the one who holds the key to the life you've been waiting for. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if you stepped into this future right now? How would it feel to wake up every morning knowing you are walking in your purpose, embracing your true potential, and living a life of abundance? The choice is yours. You can stay where you are, continue carrying the burdens that weigh you down, or you can rise up, claim your vision, and step into the life you were always meant to live. This vision, this life, it is waiting for you. Will you choose to claim it? Will you choose to live it? The power is in your hands, and the time is now. Your transformed life is just a decision away. History is filled with stories of individuals who faced the impossible and emerged victorious. These are not just tales of success. They are stories of resilience, of people who stood tall in the face of adversity, who refused to be defined by their circumstances. And their stories can inspire you to rise as well. Take Thomas Edison, for example. A man whose name is now synonymous with invention, but behind his success lay thousands of failures. He didn't invent the light bulb on his first try, or his second, or his 100th. In fact, he encountered failure after failure, each attempt seemingly closer to defeat. But Edison didn't see these failures as the end of his journey. He saw them as lessons. Each failure was a step toward understanding what worked and what didn't. His attitude was simple. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. His setbacks weren't obstacles. They were the building blocks of his success. And it was through his perseverance, his willingness to learn from failure, that the world saw the brilliance of his work. Then there's Nelson Mandela, a man who spent 27 years in prison, separated from his family and his people, suffering in ways most of us could never imagine. The world watched as he was cast into the depths of injustice, yet he never gave up. Even in the darkest of times, he clung to his belief in equality and freedom. Mandela didn't let his struggles break him. They made him stronger. He emerged from prison not bitter, but as a symbol of hope, reconciliation, and unwavering resilience. He chose to rise above his hardships, using them as a stepping stone to change the course of history. His story teaches us that our pain does not have to define us, but can refine us into something greater than we ever imagined. And then there's Helen Keller. Born deaf and blind, Helen faced a world that believed her challenges would limit her potential. But she didn't let her circumstances define her. She fought to communicate, to understand the world, and to live a life of purpose despite the limitations placed on her by society. Her struggles were not signs of weakness, but testimonies of strength and perseverance. Helen Keller's life reminds us that no matter how insurmountable the obstacles may seem, there is always a way to move forward. Her life was not defined by what she could not see, but by the incredible vision she had for what could be achieved. What do these stories have in common? They show us that failure, setbacks, and struggles are not the end. They are the preparation for greatness. They are the tools that shape us, refine us, and push us toward the fulfillment of our purpose. Just like Thomas Edison's many attempts at failure, every obstacle in your life is not a punishment, it is a preparation. Every challenge you face, every difficulty you encounter, is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. It is strengthening your resolve, deepening your resilience, and preparing you for the victories that are just around the corner. So, the next time you face a setback or struggle, remember this. It's not a sign of defeat. It's a stepping stone to your greatness. The pain you feel today is the strength you'll carry tomorrow. The obstacles in your path are not there to break you. They are there to build you. Just as Edison didn't let failure stop him, Mandela didn't let prison define him, and Keller didn't let her disabilities limit her, you too can rise above whatever challenges stand before you. The greatest people in history didn't become great because they were never tested. They became great because they chose to rise again and again in the face of adversity. They used their struggles as stepping stones, building a foundation for the extraordinary lives they would go on to live. You are no different. You are capable of greatness, of resilience, and of triumph. Every challenge you face is an opportunity in disguise. The key is to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing setbacks as roadblocks, begin to see them as part of your journey to greatness. Let them prepare you, shape you, and make you stronger. Just as history's greatest figures turned their struggles into success, you too can rise above whatever life throws your way. Embrace your challenges and let them propel you forward toward the extraordinary life that is waiting for you. There's a powerful transformation that happens in nature, one that mirrors the changes we all experience in our own lives. It begins with a humble caterpillar, a creature that moves slowly and steadily along the ground, unaware of the greatness that lies ahead. The caterpillar doesn't know what awaits in the darkness of the cocoon. All it knows is the world it sees, the world it's always known. But something deep within begins to stir. Something tells the caterpillar that change is not only coming, but it is necessary for its survival and growth. And so, it wraps itself in the safety of its cocoon, hidden away from the world, in a place where it will undergo the greatest transformation of its life. At first, it's uncomfortable. The darkness feels oppressive, the stillness feels suffocating, and the caterpillar may wonder if it will ever emerge. But in that cocoon, something miraculous is happening. The caterpillar is not just waiting, it's being reshaped. Its body is breaking down, rebuilding, and reimagining what it can be. The discomfort of change is not a punishment. It's a process of refinement, growth, and preparation for the magnificence that will soon be revealed. Then, one day, the cocoon begins to crack. The caterpillar emerges, not as a fragile, slow-moving creature, but as a vibrant, powerful butterfly. It spreads its wings and takes flight, soaring to heights it never thought possible. The struggle, the discomfort, the transformation, it was all worth it. The discomfort of change had been the catalyst for its freedom. Just like the caterpillar, you too are in the midst of a transformation. Right now, you might feel as though you're in the cocoon, stuck, uncertain, and facing challenges that make it seem like progress is impossible. But let me tell you this, the discomfort you feel is not a sign that you are failing. It's a sign that you are growing. Just as the caterpillar cannot become a butterfly without the struggle of the cocoon, you cannot step into your full potential without first facing the discomfort of change. The universe is calling you to rise. It is urging you to stretch beyond your limits, to push through the discomfort, and to trust that the life you've always dreamed of is just on the other side of this transformation. You may not fully understand it now, but the challenges, the uncertainty, and the struggles are part of the process. They are shaping you, preparing you, and pushing you to become the person you are destined to be. You are being refined in ways you may not even recognize yet, and soon you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. But you must embrace the process. You must trust that this discomfort is not here to break you, but to make you. Like the caterpillar, you must allow yourself to surrender to the process of transformation. It may not be easy, but it is necessary. And when the time comes for you to emerge from your cocoon, you will be ready to spread your wings and soar. The universe is not just watching from the sidelines. It is actively guiding you, urging you to take the next step, to rise up, and to embrace the greatness that is within you. Every challenge, every trial, every uncomfortable moment is leading you to something greater. This moment, this struggle, this discomfort, it is your cocoon. And when you break free, you will spread your wings and take flight into a life that you never imagined possible. So, when you feel the weight of change pressing against you, remember, this is not the end. This is the beginning. The universe is calling you to rise, to embrace your transformation, and to take action. The wings of your future are waiting to be unfurled. Will you trust the process? Will you take that leap into the unknown? The butterfly did not hesitate, and neither should you. It's your time to emerge. The life you've been waiting for is just on the other side of this transformation. Fear and doubt. These two forces have a way of creeping into our minds, whispering lies about what we are capable of and who we are meant to be. They show up when we are on the verge of greatness, and their voices grow louder when we begin to step out of our comfort zone. These voices tell us we're not enough, that we're too small, too inexperienced, too imperfect to claim the life we've dreamed of. They make us question if we're worthy of the miracle that's been waiting for us all along. But I'm here to tell you this. Fear and doubt are nothing more than illusions, barriers designed to keep you from stepping into your true potential. The truth is, you are worthy. You are more than enough. You have everything within you to succeed. Every gift, every talent, every resource needed to rise above any obstacle. There is nothing about you that disqualifies you from achieving greatness. You are deserving of the miracles that are about to unfold in your life. It's time to stop allowing fear and doubt to keep you from taking action. The miracle you've been waiting for is not going to fall into your lap while you sit in fear, waiting for the perfect moment. Miracles are claimed through faith, perseverance, and bold action. It's easy to convince ourselves that we're not ready, that we don't have enough, or that the timing isn't right. But the truth is, the perfect moment is now. There will never be a perfect time to step forward and claim what is rightfully yours. You have to take the leap, believe that you are capable, trust that you are equipped, and act with the boldness that only faith can provide. You see, faith isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about taking action in the middle of the storm, trusting that no matter what, you will be carried through. Faith is the courage to believe in your own ability to succeed, even when everything around you seems uncertain. It's about taking that first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase. Because often, that's when the miracle begins to unfold. When you move forward in faith, when you refuse to let fear control your actions. Perseverance plays its part too. The journey to greatness is not an easy one, and there will be setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt along the way. But it is through perseverance that we learn what we are truly capable of. It's the ability to keep moving forward when everything in us says to stop. It's the determination to rise after every fall, to believe in the process even when the results aren't immediate. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you are destined for. Remember this, your miracle is not hidden away somewhere in the future, waiting for you to earn it. It is already available to you right now. The only thing standing between you and that miracle is the willingness to step into your purpose, to take that leap of faith, and to boldly claim what is yours. You are worthy, you are capable, and you are ready. Fear will never disappear completely, but you can choose to move forward anyway. Doubt will always be there, trying to pull you back, but you can choose to ignore it and trust in the path ahead. The universe is waiting for you to claim the blessings that have always been yours, and all it requires is your willingness to act. So, what will you do? Will you let fear keep you stuck? Or will you rise, take that first step, and claim the miracle that is waiting for you? Your time is now. Step into your greatness. The universe is calling you to take bold action, and with every step you take in faith, you are closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Your story is far from over. The chapter you're in right now may feel heavy, uncertain, or even discouraging at times. But the truth is, this is not the end. It's the beginning of something far greater than you could ever imagine. Every setback, every moment of doubt, every challenge you've faced has only been preparing you for this moment. The road ahead is full of untapped potential, waiting for you to step into it with courage, boldness, and unwavering faith. The best is yet to come. It's easy to look at your past and think that what's behind you defines what's ahead. But I promise you, your future is not determined by your past. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. You are not limited by your circumstances or the obstacles you've encountered. Your story is still being written, and the pages that lie ahead are filled with possibilities. The greatest victories are still waiting for you, and they are closer than you think. Right now, you stand at a crossroads, with endless opportunities ahead of you. You have the chance to decide how you will move forward. Will you step into your destiny, embrace your greatness, and pursue the life you were always meant to live? Or will you let fear, doubt, and uncertainty keep you stuck in the past? The world is waiting for you to take your place in it. The future is not a distant dream. It's a reality that you can create, starting right now. But creating that future requires you to live boldly, to take risks, to believe in yourself even when it feels uncomfortable, to walk with faith, even when the path ahead is unclear. The future you desire will not come to you on its own. It's not something that will fall into your lap without effort. But with every step you take, with every decision you make, you are moving closer to the extraordinary life you've been waiting for. You have the power to shape your destiny, and the world is waiting for you to rise and claim it. Don't wait for the perfect moment to begin. Don't wait until you feel ready, or until all the pieces fall into place. The time to act is now. The opportunities before you are waiting for you to seize them. The universe has already aligned the path, and it's up to you to take that first step. So, what will you do? Will you take this moment and make it your own? Will you choose to believe that the best is yet to come, no matter where you are right now? You are worthy of the dreams you hold in your heart, and you are capable of turning them into reality. It's time to rise and walk with unwavering faith into the life you were always meant to live. Your story is just beginning, and the best is yet to come.